Well, it's the power of patriotic pride. A Garland, Texas resident spending all day and night holding up the American flag outside the site of this weekend's shooting to remind his community and Americans everywhere not to live in fear. Joseph Offit joins us now. Joseph, thanks for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you.
Why did you decide to get out there after this shooting when many people were afraid of this terrorist attack, which ISIS took credit for, by the way, for the first time on our soil? Why did you decide to get out there with our flag?
Well, when I woke up yesterday morning, of course, I turned on the news. I'm not very big on watching the news much, and the first thing that came on my TV screen was ISIS taking responsibility for what they were calling this terror attack, and it just didn't sit right with me. Seeing that this is the city that I grew up in, Garland, Texas, ever since I was a child. And, ever since 9/11, I've noticed that everyone's lived in fear. I used to be a door-to-door salesman. And meeting the people I've met, you hear the stories of how they're scared. Well, after this attack, I noticed that people weren't taking their kids to school. I spoke with a local school principal, and he was telling me that, these kids aren't going to school. It's a problem. So I immediately grabbed my flag off my wall and was going to stand there until everyone realized that, hey, we need to stand strong and not be afraid. We didn't lose that battle.
And you did just that. You know what I thought was incredible? It's emotional to hear you say that against the images of you holding up this flag. People stepped up to do this with you, Joseph. Is that correct?
Yes. Originally, when I got there, I was by myself for maybe about an hour or two. I had a friend stop by and come help me hold this flag, but as time went by, more and more people would stop, and they would bring their Texas flag, they would bring signs. But the most important thing that stood out to me, there was a Muslim family that stopped and got out of the car, and they walked up and gave me a hug and said, "Thank you for what you're doing." And I said, we are all Americans, no matter what race, no matter what religion, and we need to stand strong in that.
Incredible. Joseph Offit, I know you have plans to step up and join the National Guard. You have a military family. We thank you for standing for freedom there in Texas, right in the heart of the recent terror attack this weekend. Joseph Offit, you're a great American.
Thank you.
Thanks. Rudy Giuliani coming here to talk about all this and more at the top of the hour.